Hi everyone, it's Liliana from Vanilla Canela here, and today I'm going to share with you how I've organised my kitchen. I'm literally going to take you inside every cupboard and every drawer so you can see exactly what I've done on a budget. I hope you enjoy it.
I'm going to start on this wall next to the fridge, and right here is where I keep my glasses and all my mugs and cups and saucers that I use more often. Now, as you can see, this cupboard only came with one shelf, and I thought there was a lot of wasted space, so I bought that little divider, which has come in super handy. It doesn't take loads of weight, but it does the job greatly, and it's helped me make the most of this space. So right next to the glasses is my pantry in the kitchen, and this at the top I keep snacks. They're for me and Paul, our treats, so any chocolate and stuff like that. Then I've got some cereal up there, whatever cereal. I tend not to open more than 2 packets at a time. And this is Alex's tray, so he's got his snacks, and you can see at the back some Smarties there, and that's because we've just had Christmas, so he's got a lot of chocolate in there. And then at the bottom, I just keep the stuff that I use all the time. So pasta, basmati rice and lentils. And then I bought a spaghetti noodles jar, and I use them to put the breadsticks in. They fit in perfect. They're by Sistema. I got those on Amazon. I'll put the link for that. And I also got crackers, which Alex loves, these 2 things, so he eats those all the time. And then next to it, just got another container. These are curver containers, all of these, and I was slightly restricted because of the size. The shelves are not very deep, but I know that the pound shop does very similar to these ones. I was just never able to find them, so I'll put the link to those for you as well. I got those on Amazon. And then in here I just have other bits and bobs that I also use, and this is an Orla Kylie container, and it just has some biscuits. And then this is how I store all my cans. I bought this from Asda, I believe, so I'll try and find the link for that. So this is how my kitchen pantry looks. I have done a whole video on my other pantry, so I'll link that for you guys as well. And on the door of this side of the pantry, I just have this poster that tells me all the different conversions. There you go. This is what it looks like. Next to the pantry is where I keep all the coffee and tea facilities. My kettle is just underneath, so it makes sense for everything to be here. This has got all my different teas, I'll show you in a minute. My coffee pot, all different types of coffee in there. And here is the coffee that I use all the time: espresso, decaf and hot chocolate. I've got normal breakfast, English breakfast tea, just some coffee and sugar. And then I put this tray in, also from Asda. Again, I'll try and find the link. And it just has my sugar bowl and sweeteners, some Nesquik and cinnamon at the back. So this is the tea caddy. I use this for fruit and herbal teas. I don't have loads and loads because I don't drink any herbal teas, neither does Paul, so this is for guests. And all I do is just cut out the label and stick it in the pod so you can see all the different flavours. Next to the coffee cupboard, I have this tiny cupboard there, and I keep all my kitchen towels up there. I know traditionally they would go in a drawer, but I decided to use it up there. It's fine, it works really well, and I've used the drawer that it used to be in for spices, so I'll show you guys that in a minute. And then at the bottom here, I just keep some squash and some straws, and then our peanut butter, Marmite, and jams. Okay, so that's all the top cupboards done. Just give you a quick show of what I've got on the countertops. I've got my bread bin and butter dish. The bread bin, if you guys want to know, is by Bowden. I don't know if you can see that. I'll put a link of that below. I'll try and put as many links as I can on the description, but if I miss something that you want to know, just leave me a comment. My butter dish there. I've also got my toaster, my kettle, egg basket, microwave. On top of the microwave there's a Scentsy warmer. There's 2 little jars there. And then I've got this tray by the cooker, and it has my salt pot, which is Joseph, my olive oil bottle, salt and pepper grinder, a little, what do you call that? Grater, sorry. The pot is by Orly Kylie, and that's a fake plant that I bought, I can't quite remember where from, a Joseph spoon rest, and I've just got this little fox. It's just a little jar. I got that many years ago from New Look. Okay, so now let me show you what is in those drawers here. So the first drawer next to the fridge is where I keep all my labels and chalk pens and little bags to put cookies in or things like that to give away, some string, all that kind of stuff. My stamp, if you guys haven't seen that, Paul got me this. It actually says homemade with love by Liliana. Paul got me this. It's by the English Stamp Company, and I got it, well, he got it for me from Not on the High Street. I've got stuff like little chalk labels, things that I can use in the kitchen, washi tape, all that kind of stuff. And if you guys can see, I use the free organizers. So this is stuff that came with fruit and vegetables, and I just washed them up and made them into little containers. I've done a video on this as well, so I'll link it for you. Going next to it, this is my utensils. So I've got like an apple corer, and then just got wine bottle opener, pizza cutter, can opener, you guys can see. And the organizer is by Joseph. I will link it for you guys below. I got all my Joseph organizers from TK Maxx, so you guys can look there. They're a lot cheaper, but you can also get them on Amazon or directly from Joseph. Going to the next one, this is my cutlery and knife drawer. Now again, this is a Joseph organizer. The green bit, you can slide it to fit your drawer, so you can make it smaller or bigger. I do like it. The only thing is, I wish this bit had a knife slot, so I can slot all my knives standing up. That's the only thing. And then next to that, I have all my spices. This is probably my favorite organization in the kitchen. The spices used to be in one of those cupboards up there, and you could only see the front ones. So like this, I've alphabetized them. I really like the Tesco spice jars because they're square, so they sit flat. So you can see I've got one here, and they tend to do that, which is really annoying. So once that finishes, I'll be replacing it with a Tesco's one. So here I've just got my spices, bouillon so stock powder, and then spare, and then some little stock gel pods. These are my very favourite. And you guys probably already know that I make my own vegetable stock concentrate, which I keep in the fridge. Okay, so next to the spice cabinet I have all my baking utensils. So now I'm going to show you what's in the cupboards underneath. Okay, so first, next to the fridge is all our plates and bowls, different type of bowls. So at the top I have our dinner plates, and then underneath that shelving there is from IKEA. I have some serving plates. At the back I have pasta bowls or soup dishes, whatever you want to call them, dessert plates, bowls, dipping bowls, all that kind of stuff. This works really, really well. Hello, Stan. So that's what's in there. And then we have one of my favorite cupboards, my baking cupboard. So at the bottom I keep all my flours, and right at the back I've got gadgets like my blowtorch for creme brulee, stuff like that, and then corn flour and rice flour, and then I've got my mandolin right at the back. I don't use it very often. Then I've got all the different types of sugar like cinnamon, vanilla, muscovado, and then the different types of chocolate drops for baking. And then on top I have right at the front my baking essentials, so stuff like baking powder, bicarb, yeast for bread, cocoa powder, that kind of thing. And then at the back behind there's another one that's got candles and pipe bags, you know, to pipe icing, stuff like that. And then I've got my baking liquids, so stuff like golden syrup and honey, all that kind of stuff. And right in front of it, and I use this all the time, is my flour shaker, so when I'm making bread. And this is how I store all my cupcake liners, just in a jar. That stays at the front as well. And then I've got all my sprinkles, nuts and fruit, and then at the back there is other stuff like gelatine and cake pop sticks and all that kind of great stuff. And this is like the TARDIS cupboard, meaning that it goes right at the back there, and it's where I put stuff that I don't use all the time. The stuff at the front I use. This is all for my Thermomix, which I'll show you in a bit. And I've got like jam making kit at the back and some serving bowls. And then at the bottom, this is like my favorite. It's Joseph nesting set of bowls and cups as well, measuring cups. And then I've got a thermo server, so this keeps food hot. Then at the back I've got a bread basket and the toast rack. Got some scales and a jug. And then the next cupboard, I just have all my pots and pans. Not all of them, but the ones I use all the time. I have some more that I'll show you in a bit. Okay, so by the cooker, this first cupboard, this is what I keep all my oils and salts and all that kind of stuff. And I copied this from Alejandra, from alejandra.tv. It's a Lazy Susan. So 2 baking tins with marbles in the middle, and you've got Lazy Susan. And so on the other side of the cooker is where I keep all my cookbooks. They are mainly Thermomix cookbooks, though I do have some Portuguese cookbooks. And I also keep my bread tin here and my mat to roll out dough and a couple of little wooden boards. Above the cooker, it's where I keep stuff that I very, very rarely use, like my pudding tin and some other tins, and my coffee grinder, which I might actually get rid of. Okay, so the cooker actually provides me with storage for all my baking trays. Okay, next to the cooker I have this open cupboard. I'm not a fan of that, and this is where I store all my different trays and my Joseph cutting boards, and also those which are like cooling racks. That's it. Next to that I've got another TARDIS cupboard, so it goes on and on towards the back there, but this is where I keep all my tins, my frying pans, there's my Le Creuset pot, there's some more baking tins and roasting trays, all that kind of stuff. So right above the TARDIS cupboard is where I keep all my Ziploc bags and kitchen foil, baking paper, all that kind of stuff. Next to that is where the cat food is. This is actually for a clothes dryer, but we don't have one, so it works out really well. The cats have their food there, and also I have my recycling box there. Next to it you've got the sink, and in these cupboards, so this is a fake drawer, and then I have my under the sink storage. So this is what my under the sink cupboard looks like. I have done a separate video on this, so I'll link that below for you guys. Okay, so under the sink cupboard, I then got my my washing machine and my dishwasher, and then the last cupboard is my Tupperware cupboard. This is what it looks like. I really want to upgrade to glass containers, so that will be my next step. Reusable bottles at the back, and then this is where I keep Alex's stuff so he can help himself. And then on the door I've just recently purchased this over the door hanging basket, and I keep some of Alex's cups. Right, so on the top next to the cooker keep my utensils, towels, paper towels, my coffee machine and my beloved Thermomix. And then I've got my water filter, the sink. Next to the sink I keep a little cake stand which I've just got some soap on, a candle and some hand lotion. Keep my fruit bowl, my radio, that's Orla Kylie radio. And then I keep all my washing machine related detergent stuff. And on my boiler is where I keep our shopping lists and meal plan, along with other bits and bobs. And that's my post station. It's looking a little bit messy, as well as my receipts. You know, I keep receipts there that I need to use. And then we've got our key holder clock. And finally, next to the fridge, I managed to fit in one of these shelves from IKEA. As you can see, it's where I keep lots of jars and my vases and stuff like that.
So that's it, you guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please let me know if you have any comments by leaving me a comment down below. Don't forget to press like to this video and subscribe if you're new. And remember, you can't do it all in one go. Take your time when organising your kitchen. Bye.